Muscle up my son! Recently, I became a dad, and raising my son has been incredibly joyful and fulfilling. However, as we all know, time flies extremely fast. My son is rapidly growing, and I will be declining soon as I get older and older. I thought to myself, can I catch the tail end of my physical prime and try to achieve something cool together with my son? 2 years ago, I did a pull-up with my wife on my back. Therefore, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could muscle up with my son on my chest? The muscle up is the most popular move everyone wants to learn when they first venture into bodyweight fitness. It's a move where you start underneath a pull-up bar and then pull yourself explosively onto the bar. Obviously, I'm not going to really do the muscle up with my son on my chest for safety concerns. But I thought it would be awesome to prove that I can hypothetically achieve this feat with a weight vest at one point in time. Prior to starting the challenge, I found out my son weighed 5.78 kg, which is 12.7 pounds, during our regular visit to the pediatrician. The weight of each weight block for the weight vest is around 3 pounds. When I put 3 weight blocks in the weight vest and measure the weight, the total weight is 13.6 pounds, which is less than 1 pound heavier than my son. However, in order for me to confidently say that I can muscle up my son at one point in time, I have to account for my son's potential weight gain during the time I train. Therefore, I decided to set a goal of doing the muscle up with 1 additional weight block, which totaled 16.6 pounds. In order to make sure whether this goal is doable in a reasonable amount of time, I sat down and derived the math and physics equation of the weighted muscle up. I won't be going into the derivation details in this video, but comment below if you want to see the detailed math and physics breakdown of the muscle up in a future video. In any case, the conclusion is that doing a 16.6 pound weighted muscle up should be achievable for me in a reasonable amount of time. On day 1, I discovered that I could do the muscle up with 2 weight blocks, but I barely made it over the bar. As usual, I went back and searched on YouTube for weighted muscle up tutorials. Unfortunately, there wasn't a single one on YouTube. But fortunately, after all these years of training, I am pretty familiar with the theory of strength training nowadays. The basic principle of training for strength is training with low number of reps, but high intensity per rep. On the other hand, the basic principle of training for bigger muscles is training with large overall volume, which is typically achieved by a high number of reps, but moderate intensity per rep. Obviously, I'm here to gain strength to muscle up my son instead of looking beautiful. So I will be training with low number of reps, but high intensity per rep. This means doing the weightless muscle up with lots of reps wouldn't help me gain the necessary strength to achieve the goal of muscling up my son. Doing multiple sets of 1 rep weighted muscle up is far more helpful to achieve my goal. I trained and trained and trained. On day 12, I was able to improve on doing 3 sets of 1 rep with 2 weight blocks in a row. Therefore, on day 15, I attempted to do a muscle up with 3 weight blocks. And I made it. I knew my training method was working. And I continued to train, and train. On day 29, I was able to progress to successfully doing 3 sets of 1 rep with 3 weight blocks in a row. On day 32, I decided to pull on my baby carrier and head to the park. And this happened. Muscle on my son! Whoo! Yes! Alright guys, I'm gonna show you the number of blocks I have. So I have 1 block, I have 2 block, I have 3 block, and then I have another one at the back, which I will show you. 4 block, guys! Woo! Lastly, I know in the future when my son grows up, he probably won't watch all of my videos. But I know he will definitely watch this one. So son, here is what I want to say to you. Time really flies extremely fast. I still remember my 20s like it was yesterday. And I can't believe I'm already in my mid-30s now. You really have to cherish every second you have in your life and live it to the fullest. The future is yours, and I am rooting for you. Thanks for watching. I started a food bar business called 5 Bar. 5 Bar is the only food bar in the market that is organic, consists of real food ingredients exclusively, and has 0 added sugar. Here's a 15% off discount code MUSCLEUP15 for the first 100 people who would like to give 5 Bar a try. Definitely click the link in the video description below to place an order. See you in the next video.